Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an effective hair growth butter. If you're interested, you want to keep watching.
Know how to peg and chit chat goals. I like R's and V's and O's. I don't really play no tic-tac-toe. Been with Chelsea.
So moving straight to the ingredients that we are going to be needing for the hair butter. Guys, do not be confused. We are not cooking or anything. We are trying to make an effective hair butter. That's why we have all these things here. I'm going to go ahead to put each benefit, or rather the benefits of the ingredients, on the screen so you know what they are meant for. We're going to be needing 2 medium-sized onion bulbs, neem powder, thyme. We're also going to be needing olive oil. You can either use olive oil or coconut oil, it depends on you, but for this video I used olive oil. Next, you're going to be needing Jamaican black castor oil. You're also going to be needing tea tree oil, and of course your shea butter. I really do not know the exact quantity of the shea butter, but from my measurements it was about 6 to 7 teaspoons of the shea butter. So yes, I went ahead to cut my onions into small pieces because I wanted them to be easy for me to work with, because I was going to go ahead to fry them like you guys are seeing with the olive oil. The olive oil quantity I used was actually about, let's say, what's it called? I used about 3 to 4 teaspoons of the olive oil. And then you want to make sure that you fry your onions with the olive oil till it is brown, like proper brown. And then I went ahead to sieve my onions, or rather the oil from the burnt onions, and that's how I was able to get the quantity of the onion oil. So basically what we needed the onion for was to get our onion oil, and since we have our onion oil now, we're going to move into the video proper. Basically, the next thing we want to do is we want to melt our shea butter using the double boiling method. This is basically me putting water in a pot and placing the bowl of shea butter inside the pot so the heat from the water can get the shea butter to melt properly. So now I'm just waiting for my shea butter to turn into liquid form so I can incorporate the oils that I want to incorporate into the hair butter. Now that my shea butter is all melted, I can go ahead to incorporate the oil. So this is the onion oil that we used, or that we got before from our onions. Next thing I'm going to be adding is the Jamaican black castor oil. I went ahead and added about 4.5 teaspoons of this into the melted shea butter. And then I went to my tea tree oil, and then I added a few drops of tea tree oil. You want to make sure that you're playing safe with your tea tree oil and you're not going more than 15 drops. Next thing is our thyme. I added a decent amount of thyme in this. I'll put the measurement on the screen for you guys to see. Next ingredient I actually went with was the neem powder. I'll also include the ingredients, or rather the measurement of the neem powder, on the screen for you guys to see how many or how much quantity I used. Now we're just going to go ahead and mix everything. So now our shea butter now has all the powders, the neem powder, the thyme, the oils as well, the onion oil, the tea tree oil, the Jamaican castor black oil, and all of that. We're going to go ahead and mix this properly, and then you want to make sure that after you mix this, you want to leave it in a bowl or a certain container. You can either use mason jars or a cup or a mug that has a cover to store this for about, let's say, at least 24 hours, so the ingredients can be incorporated well enough and they can be as effective as you need them to be. I actually went ahead to store mine for about almost 42 hours. It was definitely almost 42 hours. So at this point, all I had to do was to just sieve out the particles from the mixture, because obviously you don't want the thyme and the neem powder to still be there by the time you make it solid. So I was just going ahead to give this a good mix before I start to sieve it, so everything can be nicely mixed together. Because the particles were a lot in this, like this mixture is so rich in thyme and the neem powder, it was quite hard for it to pass through the sieve on its own. So I had to mix it and strain it properly before I could get the liquid parts properly out of the sieve. I also went ahead to use my spoon to press it properly to extract as much oil that I could get. This was actually the third time that I was sieving this, and as you guys can see, it's actually a lot better now in terms of the particles. Although you guys can still see a bit of neem left, it's actually a lot better than the particles you saw before. So at this point, I decided to stop sieving it and then just let it be. I also went ahead to refrigerate the liquid mixture for about 3 to 5 hours until I got it to be in a paste-like form. This would actually enable me to put it in the container with ease. And so at the end of the day, I was actually able to get about 150 ml worth of products, and as you guys can see, I was able to fill them up in these two containers. These two containers are actually about 50 ml each. If I had a third one, I would have successfully stored the remaining batch of the products. But yeah, like I said, from this measurements and this mixture, you can get about 150 milliliter worth of products. I was able to also refrigerate this for about 15 minutes, and I got the hair butter to look proper solid. So here you go guys, thank you so much for watching.